Okay, another question we had. It's a very good one, and I'm asked. It's probably one of the top three questions that we get at iProcess. So I've been asked to really spend some time on this. But how many folks out there need help building a pipeline? That sales pipeline. Okay, yeah, and I appreciate it. Seems sometimes is one of the biggest challenges when we're trying to end up with sales over on this side. How do we get there? Well, we rely on that pipeline to go ahead and create those opportunities to close sales. So I want everybody in here to remember, again, we're iProcess, sale payment processing, like professional folks. I want to go ahead and put a thought in your mind. When you're trying to build a pipeline, think of iPlant. iPlant, isn't that cool? Each one of those letters, though, let's tick off what they stand for. First of all, implement a system, folks. Implement a system. You will never create a pipeline if you do not have a system in place. iProcess has the best system on the planet, not just because I work with iProcess and it's our brainchild, but simply because it's taken years to develop. It's a simple system, it's effective, and you will love it. So choose that system, folks, and implement it, okay? The second thing, the P, you want to go ahead and prospect. You want to prospect, and you want to prospect. So what is P again? It's prospecting, but it's a little bit more than that, folks. You want to go ahead and not only prospect, you want to work on presenting how you want to go ahead and build your relationships with folks. And you want to go ahead and at the end of the day, you want to be meeting with people and identifying those people you're going to use to build up that pipeline, okay? Now let's go ahead and talk about L, okay? And L is a very simple one. It's called leading. But I'm talking about leading the conversations and the interactions you're going to have while building up that pipeline. If we want to go somewhere and get to where we want to go, we have to put in a game plan. And we have to have milestones to hit. And folks, it's not going to be the owners of the company that's going to do this. You're going to have to do this for yourself. You are your own CEO. So you have to provide that leadership to get you from, you want to have a sale, you're meeting with people, you're building up your pipeline, you have to lead your conversations to get to the result that you want, okay? A is ask. The number one reason why we tend not to have sales is we don't ask enough questions, we don't ask enough times, we don't ask for referrals, we don't ask. So I want everybody in here to go ahead and raise your hands. You guys are going to turn into asking fools, okay? And eventually you can drop off the fool part, okay? And next, when developing your pipeline and you're using your system, you should always be asking yourself, what is the next step of the process? So I've identified a person, I've made some presentations, I'm setting up a time to meet. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to meet, I'm going to identify what they need, I'm going to sell the deal. Each step should be, what do I have to do next? Up until the point in time where you've picked up the signed contract and they become functional customers, okay? And the final thing is a timeline, folks. You need to sit down and create a timeline. If you need to be closing 10 deals a month, how do you get there? By closing 2 deals a week. And how do you get there? By making so many outreaches. There's a timeline you need to follow. You cannot be the 24th day of the month and 7 deals behind, okay? iPlant. Follow it. You'll do well. We're here to help. Tim Shank with iProcess.